Winds out to the west, a little less wind, a little lighter totals, but still a monster storm. And then you have your coastal flood issues. So you'd be about 2 to 4 feet above the normal.
Why are you grunting?
Cycles overnight. So meanwhile, you have the Hudson Valley with some light snows, Connecticut too. Same to the south of I-17. But then when you look at western Suffolk County, Nassau County, look at Queens and Brooklyn lighting up again, and that band has now flared up again over parts of Midtown and to lower Manhattan. We're right in over the Upper West Side, goes over to Bloomfield, New Jersey, stretches back east to about Plainview, Long Island, right over the LIE. So that band, there's some 1 inch an hour snowfall rates, or at least half inch to 1 inch an hour snowfall rates. So all of you piling up the snow, and that's even before that storm offshore really matures. There it is. And by the time we get to 10 to midnight, that's when we're in the full-blown blizzard conditions. So here's what you need to know. Localized heavy snow bands, or I should say bands, become more widespread as we go through the overnight.
Working time.
10 o'clock at night, until 10 a.m. Light up. 3 inches an hour, 50-mile-an-hour winds, even a rumble of thunder action.
Yeah,
Just went on my show. Occurring around the area. There's already some thunder snows. 1 to 2 feet in general across the area. The 2-foot amounts are most likely Connecticut, Long Island. But with this setup right now with these bands, that could very well be over New York City. Meteorologist Jeff Smith and I will be examining it right through the show.
Hey, Governor Dan Malloy is updating us on his state storm preparations. Speaking by Alan Parker earlier today, the Governor saying
Put it on top.
Tomorrow to not report to work. I would encourage businesses to consider doing so as well, so that people can avoid the travel ban. Shoreline East announced the last westbound train from New London.
I don't know, probably about until the mashed potatoes on the top gets crispy, about half an hour.
There will be no more service on Shoreline East tomorrow, Tuesday, January 27th, in the morning. On the New Haven line, the last train leaving out of Grand Central this evening will be at 9 p.m. Bradley International
Yeah, I think you do.
At 7 p.m.
Yeah.
At least with respect to travel, it will
No, you
work will continue to make sure that it's available for emergency situations. All border region and Yukon institutions will be closed tomorrow. We have already begun to see snow on the roads. I encourage all Connecticut residents watching this broadcast to begin to find a place to weather the storm that is approaching. Please get off the road as soon as possible. This will be a powerful storm with accumulations now predicted to range between 2 and 3 feet, with snow drifts that could accumulate to more than 4 feet in some places. We expect coastal flooding and winds up to 60 miles per hour. It will be stronger closer to the southeastern portion of our state. Make no mistake, the storm has the potential to be extremely powerful and dangerous, so do not take this storm lightly. We are not. This afternoon, I visited with Department of Transportation workers who plan to operate on a 24-hour basis to clear roads. We have over 600 trucks ready to go, and we will begin clearing the roads immediately. The National Guard will deploy 400 guardsmen to assist state police and first responders, and they are deployed now. The travel ban is in effect as of 9 p.m. If you are on the road after 9 p.m., you are not only placing your life in danger, you are placing the lives of first responders in danger, particularly because they may have to give you assistance and therefore get out of their vehicles and the like. So we urge you to get off the road as of 9 p.m. This will be a long duration cleanup. Please be patient, and when the road ban is lifted, do not get on the road unless you absolutely have to. Give us some time to get the road system cleaned up. We did a great job, I think, of that in February of 13, and we want to do a great job again this time. We remain in coordination with CLMP and UI to monitor power outages if any do occur. Both have already requested out-of-state crews to assist with potential outages. If you lose power during the storm because of high winds, you might be without power for a period of 24 to 48 hours until crews can repair the lines, and we'll keep you posted on that. On power outages, CLMP has more than 500 line and tree crewmen ready. They have additional resources inbound from unaffected areas, which will be here this evening and tomorrow morning. The same is true of UI following the storm. additional updates as conditions require. Please continue to monitor the media throughout the day, this evening, tomorrow, for updates. To conclude, Connecticut has been down this road before. We have weathered storms together, and we've done that well. We will again weather this storm. This evening, please stay home, stay safe, keep your pets indoors, and take care of your neighbors, especially elderly and disabled, and make sure that your exhaust vents are free of any accumulated snow. With that, I'll take a few questions on point.
Leaving New York at 9. What about tomorrow morning?
We don't have any information about that yet. If we get 2 to 3 feet, I don't think there'll be too many trains leaving. So.
How concerned are you that people will be out on the roads after that?
Well, listen, we don't close down entrances and exits, but with, we've seen a slight upgrade in the expected amount of snow. And a 1-inch upgrade at peak period snow. So they're now saying we could have snow falling as rapidly as 5 inches an hour. If you're on a highway when 5 inches an hour is coming down and your car is not designed to be on a highway, there's a good chance you're going to get stuck. You get stuck.
Okay, listening to Governor Dan Malloy, who's updating about storm preparations in Connecticut. The travel ban in Connecticut starting at 9 o'clock this evening, and you heard Governor Cuomo saying earlier, New York State begins at 11 o'clock. So if you're going from one state to the other, you've got to be prepared and know one is 9 o'clock, the other is 11 o'clock, and even within New York State, there's some different areas where they're going to have travel bans starting at 9 o'clock, others at 11 o'clock. Bottom line, jumping on the roads.
And they both reiterated not only putting your life at risk, but also first responders if they get in danger.
New York City, by the way, has already canceled school for tomorrow. We've said that before, banning traffic in the city, except for emergency vehicles. And again, here in New York City, begins at 11 o'clock tonight.
Political reporter Dave Evans is live in downtown Brooklyn with a look there. Dave?
Well, Sade, it was interesting earlier this afternoon with Mayor de Blasio here in downtown Brooklyn. He went through the normal things that we usually see when there's a big storm. Schools canceled tomorrow, alternate side of the street parking affected, no trash pickup for the next 3 days. But then he surprised us and said, as of 11 o'clock tonight, we shouldn't see any traffic at all tonight. This is the approach to the Brooklyn Bridge here. All traffic is banned as of 11 o'clock tonight in the city except for emergency vehicles. And that is just one more example that this storm, like something we've never seen for a long, long time in the city. This will most likely be one of the largest blizzards in the history of New York City. I'm asking everyone to understand that and to prepare accordingly. The mayor's prepping for this monster storm by not only closing schools, ordering extra plows and more ambulances, but he's also ordering everyone, even food delivery men, get off the streets by 11 tonight or else.
You will get arrested if you're driving in New York City tonight. Subways are closed at 8 o'clock. Subways are closed, they are fucking closed at 8 o'clock.
To get the work done.
One of the things coming into a storm of this size is making sure we don't get behind. I mean, that is the most critical piece for us, is to be ahead of the event.
The mayor's asking everyone to help to go home early. Don't call 911 unless it's a real emergency, and please stay off the streets. This is not going to be like other snowstorms. It is going to be, by all indications, worse, and people have to be ready. Now, you might remember back in 2010, ambulances had a hard time getting through heavy snow back then in 2010. But the fire commissioner today said he hopes it's going to be a lot different this time because the ambulances this time, they have changed. There are a lot more four-wheel drive ambulances. They've added about 40% more personnel tonight answering the 911 calls. And also, you might see some National Guardsmen out tonight on those large Humvees. They are going to be supplementing 911 emergency services tonight. We will keep you posted. For now, reporting live in downtown Brooklyn, Dave Evans, Channel 7, Eyewitness News.
All right, Dave, thank you. And as we said, the eastern end of Long Island expected to get the brunt of the blizzard in our area. They are going to see an awful lot of snow. Eyewitness News reporter NJ Perkins is in Comac with a look at what is happening there right now. And not a whole lot behind you right now.
Well, what's going on right now is the storm is intensifying. Of course, this is only the beginning, Diana and Sade. We are at the Suffolk County Public Works Garage. The Suffolk County Executive is in that garage behind me, briefing the news media. He is here to make one very important point, and that is the countywide travel ban that begins at 11 o'clock tonight. And not just countywide in Suffolk County, countywide in Nassau County as well. So essentially, no one is permitted on any of the roads in Nassau or Suffolk County after 11 o'clock tonight. The Long Island Railroad is suspending service after 10:30, so you won't be able to take an LIRR train. Bottom line is this: you need to be where you're going to be and stay there. Despite the warnings, the Long Island Expressway was bumper to bumper as the storm intensified. Secondary streets were covered with snow by mid-afternoon. School buses carried children home after early dismissals, and office workers poured onto the roads, desperate to beat the blizzard.
I'm happy to leave early.
Yeah, I mean, I think it definitely is a good idea to leave early. I'm glad that they let us.
Others scrambled aboard the Long Island Railroad after the LIRR announced plans to cut back service before suspending it altogether later tonight. Suffolk County Executive Steve Malone.
Residents need to be prepared to shelter in place as we're looking at a massive snow removal operation that will take days.
People we spoke with seemed serious about the storm.
You see people from Sandy, when they hear something now, they take it seriously.
They pay attention.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, no question about that. The county executive has spent the last few hours touring the county roads. So far, so good. But this storm is only beginning. Live tonight, Comac, Long Island. NJ Burkett, Channel 7, Eyewitness News.
Okay, thank you, NJ. And as we've mentioned, people are being urged to stay off the roads. And if you're taking mass transit, wrap up your plans early. Service will be limited or even suspended this evening. Eyewitness News reporter Sandra Bookman has been talking with commuters today. She's at Penn Station. Sandra?
Yeah, Sade, you just heard NJ say that Long Island Railroad, those trains expected to stop out there by about 10:30. The system's still on track to suspend service both on the LIRR and Metro North by 11 o'clock tonight. But people we've talked to here at Penn Station today haven't been waiting until the last minute. They have been heeding the advice that's given, getting home early. Rush hour came early today at Penn Station. The sea of commuters trying to outrun an approaching blizzard.
When they say go home early, you better go home early, because otherwise you're probably not getting home, especially in this.
That early advice apparently heeded by many LIRR riders, intent on not getting stranded in the city.
I am heading home early. My boss, he said that the finance department was closing, so we packed up and all went home.
We went to work. I was supposed to have a lunch meeting. That got canceled, so I thought I'd take the opportunity to get a head start.
To accommodate all those people cramming themselves onto the platforms hours before the normal rush, transit officials added extra trains on an early getaway departure schedule. Still, despite evidence to the contrary, at least one guy told us this was all much ado about nothing.
I'm like a skeptic. It's not going to be 1 foot. It'll probably be 4 inches, and it's a big waste and a bust.
Now, there's always one in every bunch. He lives in Seaford, Long Island, on the South Shore. We'll check in with him if we can by the time this storm wraps up. Again, we're down around 11 o'clock if you're riding the LIRR and Metro North. Fewer trains will be heading out as we approach 5 o'clock, so keep that in mind if you're still trying to get home. Live tonight at Penn Station. I'm Sandra Bookman, Channel 7, Eyewitness News.
Okay, thanks, Sandra. This storm is already having a big impact on airline passengers. Flights at our 3 major airports basically finished for the day, and there likely won't be any flights at all tomorrow. Debbie DePayne is at our transportation desk with a look at mass transit overall. Debbie?
Well, thank you so much. First of all, we're going to go outside. I want to show you a look at Route 3 right now. Route 3 heading westbound out past the Meadowlands. A lot of traffic. People still trying to get home. So if you're going to be traveling out there, please be very careful. Also, look at the Grand Central Parkway eastbound past Kew Gardens. Still very tough as well. Let's go over to our maps. Over on the C and the E trains, delays with signal problems at 14. Also the 1 train from Uptown Express from Dykeman to 242nd with signal problems. The overcrowding still out there on the 3 train heading uptown. New Jersey Transit 15-minute delay system-wide. Metro North is shutting down at 11 tonight. LIRR 20-minute delay system-wide as well. Beeline buses suspended at 8 tonight and all day tomorrow. Path trains, weekend service after 9. Also Amtrak modified service, alternate side parking suspended for tomorrow and Wednesday. Major parking rules will be in to you guys at the desk.
Hey, Debbie, thank you. Well, New Jersey also getting ready for the blizzard and warning people to get in the house and off the roads early. New Jersey reporter Anthony Johnson is in Hasbrook Heights with more. Anthony?
Well, take a look behind me, Saturday. You look at the road. This is Route 17 going northbound, which you may notice not a lot of traffic out here. It appears and it seems like a lot of people hit the road early. Right after Governor Chris Christie came out with the state of emergency, state workers started heading home. Office workers started heading home. Let's give you some video from a little bit earlier when there was a mad dash to get home this evening. A lot of people got onto the roads. The roads were getting very, very slushy pretty quickly. Crews have been out here, of course, treating those roadways, but it was a little bit treacherous out there. A lot of traffic people were slowing down, hitting their brakes, making sure they could drive carefully, which is always the right thing to do in weather conditions like these. We heard from Governor Chris Christie a little bit earlier. Once again, he is warning people to stay off the roads.
We want to get individuals home and off the roads as quickly as possible, because as you know, the storm will worsen as we get deeper into the day today and into the overnight hours. I want our first responders and our transportation officials to be able to do their work safely, so we want everybody to get home and get off the roads.
And county officials say the one thing that gets in the way of those people out here trying to clean all of the roads are cars
New Jersey.
in the middle of the road. So that's why they're trying to get everybody home as quickly as they possibly can. It looks like the word has certainly gone out. Far less traffic out here on the roads, Route 17, right behind me than we had seen earlier. As Debbie Duhane said, on Route 3, still a lot of people trying to make it. But obviously, people are trying to get home before.
Not supposed to start really until 10 tonight.
That is the latest live from Hasbrook Heights, New Jersey. Anthony Johnson, Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
Thank you, Anthony, and we will help you get through this storm on TV and online. At Center Online, we have an entire section devoted to our blizzard coverage. We have links to emergency resources, including utility companies and transit agencies. And make sure you keep the Eyewitness News AccuTrack Weather Alert app with you during this storm. You can get up-to-the-minute conditions on the weather and the roads.
And we're going to monitor every move this storm makes. The updated AccuWeather forecast is next, and we'll check in on how everyone in Westchester County is preparing for all the snow on the way. Plus, long lines at stores, see how many people spend the day stocking up. And we have Rob Powers taking a look at some of the viewer photos that we've already received.
Well, a lot of people are already sending in their pictures using the hashtag ABC7NY. How about this guy finding his own way to enjoy the snowstorm? And if he can't do that, a more conventional way, right? Sarah, thanks for sending that in. We're going to keep an eye on this.
I ain't have time.
You gotta go to the action.
To be first on the scene.
And use every tool you've got.
You live the story.
And you bring it home.
Channel 7 Eyewitness.
No idea.
Join us and be an eyewitness.
I got flashlights. This is like a pretty big battery, but I might return it if we don't have. I'm not gonna take the battery out because I figured, you know, I could return it. I don't need it. Look how big that battery is. Hi, Chicky. I got a lantern, dude. Yeah, where are you? Where are you? Boston? Are you in Boston, George? Yeah. Hi, Ford. Hey, I had the same shirt that lady's wearing. Shit. Oh, shit, I had the same shirt. On the coast. What does that mean, on the coast? Yeah, Boston.
And right now we have some breaking news. New York Governor Andrew Cuomo announced that the New York City subway system will shut down at 11 p.m. The governor also announced a travel ban on all roads in 13 counties starting at 11 o'clock tonight.
This is a serious situation. If you violate this state order, it's a possible misdemeanor. It's fines up to $300.
So important to note, you're going to get fined if you're out on the roadways and you don't have a reason to be out there, a really good reason. Again, subway buses in New York City will begin shutting down at 11 o'clock tonight.
Well, officials in Westchester County are doing what they can to get ready for the storm.
Eyewitness News reporter Tim Fleischer is in Hawthorne with a look at the preparations and the conditions there. Tim?
And Westchester County officials opened their emergency operations center here in Hawthorne within the last hour, detailing some of those preparations.
The man is out.
Here in the county.
When the man is out, that means we're in trouble.
The events of this storm.
As of this time, we're going to keep the roads open, including the Bronx River Parkway, but we are going to ask people to stay off the roads.
That morning, as Westchester County roads are getting progressively worse. Also, the Beeline bus system will suspend operations tonight at 8 p.m. They will not resume until Wednesday morning, pending cleanup. In Yonkers, 20 large plows and 10 smaller ones outfitted with salters began preparations early, ready for long work shifts.
You don't need to panic. We're going to get you onto
Don't
out of your houses as quickly as possible.
Here in the city of Hills, plowing and clearing streets becomes a real challenge, especially on 11 emergency routes where cars are not allowed to park.
And very often abandoned on one of our hills, it creates havoc, and we can't get the job done.
Residents spent the day getting last-minute supplies. For at least 2 days, they might not get out of their homes.
Yes, I said, okay, let me do what I gotta do and get home.
Fire officials are also asking for help from homeowners, keeping fire hydrants shoveled out on their property, hoping they won't be needed.
That really would slow us down in the event of an emergency if we had to stop.
A state of emergency does exist in Yonkers, and they're telling people do not go onto the roads past 9 o'clock tonight. Reporting live in Hawthorne, Tim Fleischer, Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
Okay, we've got Lee back with us. You know, we're looking outside. It doesn't look like it's coming down as hard as before. The intensity is let up a bit.
Yeah, that's what we're hoping for. So maybe the city crews can jump on this a little bit in a few-hour period before it really ramps up after 9 or 10 o'clock. So you look on the west side, we've got 2 or 3 inches, but you know, it's almost, you can see the studio from this perspective for a little while. Folks are trying to make it slowly through the crosswalk. It's such unsteady steps out there with slippery sidewalks. It's 26 degrees. You have a northeast wind at 24 miles an hour. Now, when we talk about the wind speeds, of course, we're below blizzard criteria right now. You have to have frequent gusts of sustained wind 35, so we're a few hours away from that.
Broadcasting the blizzard of 2015 here.
But just a little taste on the top of this storm, certainly the first shot across the bow with this. Blizzard warnings, of course, in effect, that'll go right through the day tomorrow. Now, in terms of a planner, what you'll notice is I have a lighter to moderate intensity snowfall here at 7 o'clock, but by 10 to midnight, we've ramped up and we're in our heavy snowfall and raging blizzard overnight. We're piling up snowfall 2 to 4 inches an hour, and our big job and challenge over the next few hours is to isolate where that biggest band's going to be and where we're going to have the opportunity to get 3 feet of snow. One thing we noticed, and we've been tracking this now for this band that has extended from Long Island across New York City into northern New Jersey, and we've seen it fluctuate, but we have noticed some tendencies with it over the past half hour. Meteorologist Jeff Smith uses a tool called our snow machine, and he'll look at this heavy snow band and tell you exactly what it's doing, what we think this radar will look like going forward. Jeff?
That band actually formed along a little Arctic funnel boundary that's going to deliver so much cold air into the storm. I guarantee that it's an all-snow event everywhere in the viewing area. But along that band is some enhancement in the snowfall rates. And this little pink area here from Midtown, you saw Sandra Bookman at Penn Station. Snow coming down pretty good there still. That's Midtown, right over through near LaGuardia Airport, right along the LIE. This band weakening a little bit. diminishing in aerial coverage just a bit, so we might go into a little bit of a lull during the next couple of hours before things really ramp up in intensity later on tonight. I don't expect, though, parts of Suffolk County to go into that lull. They'll probably stay in pretty heavy snowfall for the duration of this event. This is one of our computer models here.
I was like
this.
this.
Is what it's indicating overnight.
And
you can see it really starts ramping up by around midnight. And we're going to be watching the position of this band. This particular model, it doesn't mean this is actually going to happen, but this particular model is showing a very heavy snow band setting up New York City, Hudson Valley, right down the Jersey Shore. We've had previous model runs shift that band a little bit farther to the east, and we're kind of leaning in that direction at this point, but until the radar actually shows that band developing, we're not going to know exactly where it's going to be setting up. So
I want to go sledding.
Overnight. And you can see during the day tomorrow, even by noontime, we're still getting some moderate snowfall. Then it finally starts tapering off in the afternoon.
How dare you, dirty Jersey!
And that means blizzard conditions.
Shame on you.
Challenging forecast lead to say the least.
Shame on you.
We'll be watching the radars all.
Shame on you, dirty Jersey!
And if that happens, that evolution Jeff was talking about, where that little skinny band starts to diminish and we see all that consolidation right over here on Long Island, this is exactly what we'll end up with. We'll end up with the 2 to 3 foot totals.
Laugh out loud.
We are starting to see a little bit of that already.
Hey, I went out with my hat today. I said I needed a flashlight. I got the flashlights in the hat. Man, I got this big one. I gotta return it if the lights don't go out, though. I want my money back. I want my money back, and I'm gonna return it. Chicky, I can't see you make it out. And we're gonna get thunder with it, everybody. Thunder. We're gonna get thunder with the storm. Thunder. We are going crazy here in New York. Oh. We're not allowed to be on the roads. Subways are being shut down. You think that YouTube will mute me for having eyewitness news off? I got on my YouTube channel, they muted about in one night, I don't know, they ganged up on me and they muted about 20 videos of mine. So now I'm not playing music because I do a documentary. And in real life, you really don't have music in the background anyway, right? So, you could thank YouTube for me not playing music. I ain't playing music no more. Nope. I'm not going to play music anymore because if I play music, my whole fucking video gets freaked up. Why would I play fucking music if YouTube is harassing me? Don't jump! get home, alright? What happened? How'd you get home? Was it alright, Subway? Alright. You got food? I'm gonna heat up. I got 2 Pizza Hut pizzas that I'm gonna heat up. 1 pizza. I'm gonna heat up 1 Pizza Hut pizza. And, I don't think that you, have Pizza Hut. Now, I have food in the freezer, but if we get a blackout, why, that's true. That's true. Now, I got chicken tomorrow. I'm gonna make fried chicken, and but I had gotten 2 pizzas for $11 each. So I'm gonna just heat up the pizza tonight. What are you eating? Oh, that sounds good. Trader Joe's was crazy, man. Yeah. People were lined out of Trader Joe's like, forget it. Yeah, now it's over. So you think it'll be all for work for what? Oh, good. Good. Very good. Very good. Yeah, so that's it. Okay. You know what? Keep your cell phone on charge. That's what I'm doing. Yeah, in case we have flashlights. Okay. Okay. I keep on charging up my cell phone. I keep on charging up my cell phone. You're really moving up, Chica. You're a driver now with new glasses and I'm not following what the chat is saying. My son, he got out of work. Wait. Why get a lot of food if you're gonna lose power? But my son told me if we lose the power, he said, Mama, just put it outside. Which makes sense. So if we lose power, all I gotta do is put my frozen food outside. That is a really good remark. So if we lose power, that's what I will do. Not that I have so much food. I really do. The neighbors, if they steal my food, the neighbors know who I am. The neighbors aren't going to touch my shit because they know what will happen to them. Neighbor, they taking shit. They taking shit. Neighbors are afraid of me. Broadway, everything is closed. Shit. Broadway, everything is closed. You're in the hood, right? They don't mess with me here in the hood. I live in the ghetto. Ghetto of Manhattan. Shit. to my remote control. Lost the remote control. Fuckers. And I never found that. Yes. Oh, there it is. Change your cam angle, Luna. You can see in your bathroom. And Lana was waving at me. No, you didn't. I had the bathroom door shut. Don't be a donkey. Don't be stupid. Don't be stupid. Don't act dumb. Please. Put your fucking New Jersey fucking personality in check. Shit. I know. Did they make that icon for you?
Going there, bumper to bumper traffic. That snow is accumulating on the roads. Got to be careful. Get home quickly. We'll be right back.
Closed captioning is sponsored by Raymore Flanagan. For the closest location, please visit RaymoreFlanagan.com. Embrace an air of excitement. Great fun, presence, possibilities, infectious energy.
I'll put the Pizza Hut pizza in. Pizza. We're gonna go in the kitchen in a minute, everybody. I know how you missed the kitchen. I got no canvases for the storm, so I gotta, I'm kind of upset about it, but no clean slates. So many windows, it made me go cross-eyed. Did I sign this one? Oh, I didn't. I'm gonna sign. Oh, this one's. Hold on, the news is on.
Doctors and the clinic where her mother, Joan Rivers, died last year. The daughter of the comedy legend said the filing was one of the most difficult decisions she's had to make. The lawsuit claims that Yorkville Endoscopy's former medical director, among other things, was taking pictures of Rivers while she was still under sedation.
Well, new information on a missing couple in Georgia. Their car has been found in a lake with bodies inside. Bud and June Runyon had traveled to look at a classic car after someone responded to their Craigslist posting. The lake is near the small town where they said they were headed. A suspect is in custody right now, charged with making false statements and attempted theft. And we had the video of two separate rescues of small planes that crash landed into the Pacific Ocean near Hawaii yesterday. The 5 people on board both aircraft survived. In the first video, you see the pilot of a single-engine plane deploy a parachute system to land near a cruise ship. He escapes on the top of the plane, gets on a raft, and is rescued by the ship's crew. And the other incident, a Coast Guard chopper rescued 4 people from a plane that distanced the water near Oahu. Both planes ran out of fuel.
Federal investigators are interviewing the owner of the unmanned device that triggered a security scare at the White House today. Law enforcement sources say government employees came forward after seeing news reports about a small drone that crashed onto the White House grounds. The man says he was flying the small craft recreationally when it went down about 3 o'clock this morning. The President and the First Lady are in India, and they were not there at the time of the incident.
Our coverage of the blizzard alert continues. Coming
up, our team of meteorologists, and we're unbiased, but we have to take the manifest around. They are updating their maps and totals. They're going to show us when the snow will pick up and how much we're expected to get. The exclusive AccuWeather forecast is next.
The blizzard of 2015. You listen to your co-worker Lee Goldberg and Eyewitness News crew, and it doesn't look good for us this time around. You can help us tell the story. Be an eyewitness too. Send your photos to hashtag EBC7NY and stay with Channel 7 Eyewitness News for continuing coverage.
Right now you could get a great deal on a 2015 Honda Pilot.
But can't pass my Tuesday test.
What's your Tuesday test? So that's your Tuesday?
Yeah. Tuesdays are pretty slow. The Honda Pilot Clearance event is happening now. Hurry in to get a great deal on a 2015 Pilot. Built to handle even your busiest days.
Startup New York is working for New York State. Already, 55 companies are investing over $98 billion and creating over 2,100 jobs. From Long Island to all across upstate New York, more businesses are coming to New York. Paying no property taxes, no corporate taxes, no sales taxes. And with over 300 locations and 3.7 million square feet available, there's a place that's right for your business. See if Startup New York can work for you. Go to startup.ny.gov.
John, it's just 2 weeks away from walking down the aisle anyway. Let's see that one. 475 short miles away from shenanigans. It's not getting too crazy.
You have places to go. Let us worry about getting you there. BP gasoline with Invigorate. Fuel the journey.
Yes. I did. I'm not innocent, I did. You liked it, Boston? I wish I had water, so I am out of words. All right. I appreciate it. All I have is a gallon of water. I stopped buying those little bottles because the return deposit is a real pain in the ass. And I ain't doing that shit. I'm tired of the news. Stupid. Stupid, 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 stupid. Alright, let's hear what the weatherman says.
Are we going to get those amounts in New York City? Yeah. I mean, we're going to be right on the edge. Now, we're off to an amazing start. I mean, we've gone a few inches off the top of the storm, but are we going to maintain this? And it looks like, at least for the next few hours, no. So outside we go right now. But what we look at is a picture of I-95, Road Camp 7, on I-95 in Southport, Connecticut. And they're moving pretty good. There's some snow-covered roadways there. I mean, switching lanes, you got to be awfully careful. It's very slippery. There's a lot of ice underneath. And they're moving along. Now, they're not in the heavy snow, but they were for a little while. But now it's moving south of Fairfield County and moving across the Sound, moving across New York City and starting to weaken a little bit. All right, let's go back to a picture that we have up here. And this is from as our Astoria camp at Bouncing, looking back at Manhattan. I'm going to show you the Upper West Side here, because that's really been our most impressive snowfall in here. And you can see that we have a couple inches on the ground. But the snowfall intensity has definitely been downgraded here over the last hour or so. 25 degrees snow, northeast wind about 15 to 24. The average seasonal snowfall in New York City is 25.2 inches. So conceivably, we could get a season's worth of snowfall in parts of the area in just one fell swoop with this storm. We get over 20 inches, we're in the top 5. I think we are at that threshold. I don't know if we have it in us with this storm to get to 26.9. We're certainly off to a good start, but we're watching the storm evolve, and I'll explain that to you in just a moment. First of all, you notice that during this planner, we're just getting heavier and heavier with the brunt 10 o'clock tonight till 10 in the morning. This planner showing the heavy snowfall in the morning, very cold temperatures, winds gusting to 50 miles an hour. The intensity should start to drop after 10 or 11 o'clock in the morning. More light and moderate snows through the afternoon, then tapering to flurries during the evening hours tomorrow. So here's what we've noticed. After that, band over Long Island and New York City just raged for about 2 or 3 hours. Now there's a disconnect. These snow showers are weakening a little bit. This is holding together over Long Island. We have some snow over Connecticut, but that pink, that indicates higher snowfall rates, that's vanishing. So we're starting to see just lighter snowfall now, because what's happening is, see that lightning offshore? That's the storm forming. So all of the heavy precipitation is starting to consolidate near the coast, where we expect to see the heaviest snowfall totals. So you see it from southern New England down into Connecticut and Long Island. Now, New York City is going to be on the edge of that. As this storm gets closer, some of this should be yanked back to the west. So I expect us to get in it. But there will be a line where this storm throws the brakes on, and the heavy snowfall doesn't get there. It might be the Delaware water gap. It might be right over central New Jersey. It could be right over New York City. So we have to watch that as we go through the evening hours. So that western edge is a question. And that's why we're staying with our forecast of the 2 foot or more totals being over Connecticut and Long Island, the 1 to 2 foot totals over the core of the area, Jersey Shore, New York City, eastern New Jersey, lower Hudson Valley. In western New Jersey, we get Delaware water gap. We could be below double-digit snowfalls, and the Catskills could only get 3 to 6. So it's that close. There's a huge range over a short area, but we know we're all getting big-time snows. Here is your 7-day AccuWeather forecast. Blizzard conditions through the morning hours, 25 degrees. For tomorrow, it's basically worse through about midday, and then we start to see a taper. Wednesday, brisk and cold, 29, very cold air falls, the snow goes nowhere. An additional couple of inches of snow from a clipper coming in on Friday. We warm up briefly, and then we bottom out. Look at those numbers going into early next week. Big freezes we hit in the first part of February. Basically, in the weather maps, the next 2 weeks will be the signature brutal weeks of the winter, and then I think we start to ease out of it toward Valentine's Day.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you, Lee. Still ahead, a plumber's van swallowed by a sinkhole. But when it came time to pay for repairs, City Hall put his wallet in a hole. It was time for 7 on Your Side, Zena Pineda, to take on the largest city in New Jersey.
There's never been a better time to try Time Warner Cable. With 200 plus channels and over 18,000 on-demand titles for you to love. And with the TWC TV app, you can watch what you want virtually anytime, anywhere. Ultra-fast internet with speeds up to 100 megs, so you can download, stream, and search faster using all your favorite devices at home. And free TWC Wi-Fi for when you're on the go. And unlimited calling in the U.S., Canada, Puerto Rico, and Mexico, all together for the first time for $89.99 a month. Plus, enjoy big Hollywood blockbusters from Epix. Call now for free installation and TV equipment included. That's a savings of over $900. There's never been a better time to switch. Call today for a bundle starting from $89.99 a month and get big hit movies from Epix. Free installation and TV equipment included. Try it, love it, or your money back guaranteed. Time Warner Cable. Enjoy better.
Ah, Puccini. He brings out the Italy in all of us. And with Perillo Tours, you too can experience the magic of Italy, whatever your travel style. Customize your own vacation or travel on one of our classic escorted tours. Even rent a villa or castle in Tuscany. Discover the Italian in you. To receive your free brochure and DVD, call 1-800-255-5000 or visit PerilloTours.com right now.
Who says desirable can't also be responsible? Safety features, the Lexus RX is proof that fun can be good for you. Lease the all-wheel drive 2015 RX 350 for $399 a month for 36 months. See your Lexus dealer.
Watch ABC7's Laugh Out Loud lineup on Wednesdays, followed by Channel 7 Eyewitness News. Laugh Out Loud Wednesdays are sponsored locally by Chevrolet. Find new roads.
Classy and contemporary.
7.5-foot table and 6 stylish swoop chairs.
And these are no ordinary chairs.
Extra comfortable with my world-famous Bobopedic memory foam seating.
Everything's better with Bobopedic.
Mine is only $8.99.
Theirs is $32.99, a whopping $2,400 more.
Add my matching buffet and china cabinet, only $16.98 complete.
$1,600 less than their dining set alone.
Untouchable and only at My Bob's Discount Furniture.
A Belleville exterminator says he's stuck and steaming, victim of a bureaucratic bungle courtesy of the largest city in New Jersey. Last spring, his truck wound up stuck in a sinkhole in Newark, and now his wallet's in the hole to the tune of $5 grand. And when the city denied his claim, he sent Nina Pineda and 7 Your Side for answers.
This is where the hole was. That's where you see it all patched up here.
A 4-foot deep sinkhole.
Oh, the truck just went down.
Hidden under a puddle of water that swallowed up plumber Fred Zungri's van. Eyewitness News even covered the mishap.
Officials in Newark say ruptured water pipe caused the street to buckle overnight.
Making matters worse, it could have been avoided, Fred says. A van with a city water department employee simply watched as he drove into it.
He let you drive through it?
He let me drive through it. Costing him nearly $5 grand to fix his work truck.
The door is smashed, the defender is smashed, the front is smashed.
To get paid back, Fred says he asked the city for a claim form, but he didn't get it until almost a month after you called.
Yes.
Next, Fred says he sent out his estimate, a police report, and the finished claim to the city. Regular mail the very next day, but
I tried to call. No response.
So he sent the claim in a second time. Again, regular mail, and says he called Newark's law department to follow up, which denied receiving anything.
And I said, how can I get lost in the shuffle?
Now, 6 months after the incident, the third time was the charm. Fred sent the claim form via certified mail to track it.
That's when we started getting our responses.
His claim denied. The city saying it didn't get his claim forms in time.
It seems like they just let the clock run out.
After our pleas for a second look at Fred's case went nowhere, we went to the man whose name is on top of his denial letter. There was an incident where someone fell in a sinkhole.
I wasn't the mayor then, so you need to talk to the mayor who was the mayor then.
Actually, the claim came from you because it was sent in July after you knew the number.
Yeah, but the incident happened when I wasn't here, so we have to investigate.
The city had our request to investigate for nearly 2 weeks. Fred says it's that pass-the-buck attitude he's been fighting for nearly a year.
I just feel like we got the short end of the stick.
The big takeaway, if you're dealing with any kind of important paperwork or document with a deadline, you should send it either FedEx or certified mail. That way, you can track it. Fred's next step, he says he's going to take the city of Newark to court. We'll be following his case and be there when he does. In the newsroom, Nina Pineda, Channel 7, Eyewitness News.
We'll see what happens.
Yes, we will. We'll follow this for sure. There is still much more ahead.
Eyewitness News at 6 starts right now.
This is an Eyewitness News Metro Report. Cue the snowplows, ready the salt trucks. A powerful and potentially dangerous blizzard. Tonight, locked and loaded, and about to dump overnight up to 2 feet of snow in some areas. And with wind gusts more than 50 miles an hour, shoveling and plowing might be for naught.
Much of the tri-state tonight shut down. Airports out of business. Most public transportation about to close. And cars and trucks will soon be banned from many streets and highways.
You should only go out in the case of an absolute emergency or necessity.
This storm is going to be serious, and it's not going to be trifled with. This is going to be a dangerous situation.
It's up to all of us to do the smart thing. Get off the roads, get off the street.
And good evening, everyone. You're watching Eyewitness News at 6. I'm Bill Whitaker.
And I'm Liz Chubb. New York, New Jersey, and Connecticut right now, each of them is under a state of emergency. The clear message, if you do not have to go out, don't.
A really rough afternoon outside, just a meteorological appetizer to what will happen overnight. Driving home tonight, a white-knuckle adventure. This is the scene on New Jersey's Route 17 in Rutherford. Here is the latest. In an unprecedented move, roads across the area tonight are shutting down. The roads in Connecticut closing at 9. In New York, roads in 13 counties are being closed at 11, including roads in New York City and Long Island.
The MTA will shut down all train and bus service at 11 o'clock. That includes Metro North, LIRR, and the subway. That is the first time that has happened for snow. New Jersey Transit is shutting down service at 8 o'clock tonight. New Jersey Transit won't be restored until sometime Thursday morning. And flight activity at the three major area airports pretty much done for the day and have been for a while. Hundreds of flights canceled tomorrow. The airport's open, of course, but only for stranded passengers.
All public schools in New York City closed tomorrow. Private schools following suit. The Regents exam will be rescheduled. Other school districts also shutting down in the tri-state. You'll see all this information at the bottom of your screen.
We have several reporters throughout the tri-state area covering this storm and a team of meteorologists as well. We're going to begin our coverage with meteorologist Lee Goldberg. He is outside of our studios on the Air side with the very latest on the track of this storm. Lee.
All right, Liz and Bill, we're coming off of 3 hours of some heavy snowfall in New York City, now down to just some fine flakes on the area. There are rulers, and there's this bad boy, it's for measuring stick that's built for this particular storm. And just in some undisturbed areas, I'm getting close to 4 inches, and officially in Central Park, 4 1/3. So that's just our launching pad getting off this storm, and we're not even in the brunt of it for another 4 or 5 hours or so. Pictures from Jamaica, Queens, where you see nearly 4 inches of snowfall. Again, there was just one band instead of Long Island, Queens, Brooklyn, into Manhattan, dropping this type of snowfall. Another look at the west side, snow-covered streets, but I think over the next few hours, crews will have a chance to maybe get that down to blacktop before the heavier snow rates arrive after 10 o'clock. We're at 26 degrees, actually up 1 in the last hour because the snow intensity has lessened a bit, but it feels like we're about 13. Very cold air in place. That's one thing about this storm. It has lots of cold air to work with, and it's a dry, fluffy snow. Of course, the blizzard warning goes right through the day tomorrow. Winter storm warnings off to the west. We have coastal flood concerns, especially with this evening and overnight's high tides, where we could have some splash over and some levels that go about 2 or 3 feet above average. Now, here's the latest radar, and look at that bright white line. I mean, we don't have a lot of snow over the Hudson Valley. We don't have a lot over central, south, and southern Jersey, but we do have some snows breaking out across Connecticut, and then that skinny line of steady to even heavy snowfall, it's just south of LIE. There it is, from Hicksville to Hempstead, goes right across Lower Brooklyn, Queens, into, let's say, Midland Beach and Staten Island. Meanwhile, Manhattan has backed off a little bit. So we just keep monitoring that band, which looks like it continues to weaken, because what's happening is, look at the lightning offshore. The primary inland low is weakening. The coastal low is starting to get its sea legs, and it's throwing all that moisture to the north, and all this will intensify along the coast. This is what the radar should evolve and look like as we go through the evening hours, with blizzard conditions really hitting their stride after 10 or 11 o'clock. So this is what you need to know. The localized heavy snow band we're seeing now, that's only going to become more widespread later tonight. The blizzard conditions, the worst, we still believe to be 10 o'clock tonight till 10 a.m. in the morning, with whiteouts 3 inches an hour, big-time wind gusts, even some thunder, which we've already heard over Queens. 1 to 2 feet on average, and I still like the idea, meteorologist Jeff Smith and I have been talking about this all afternoon, of those heavier amounts over 2 feet still consolidating over Connecticut and Long Island, even though looking what's happened over the city over the past few hours would signal otherwise. We still like the heaviest amounts just east of New York City. We'll have more on that and look into the next 24 hours and remain active with the forecast in a few minutes. Bill Liz, back inside you for now.
All right, we'll see in a few minutes. As Lee mentioned, some of the heaviest snow in our area is going to fall in Suffolk County. Eyewitness News reporter NJ Birkin is in Coma, continues our coverage. NJ.
Steadier, heavier snow, and the wind is picking up, Liz. County officials here have urged people to get off the roads and get off the roads now. Earlier today, we saw a number of people lining up at service stations, topping off their tanks, making last-minute preparations, very last-minute preparations for the storm. You know, many businesses shut down early, offices let their workers out early, and schools dismissed their students early in both counties. You know, we saw a surge of traffic, Liz, at about 1:30, 2 p.m., and that surge of traffic continued for the rest of the afternoon here. You know, the concern is obvious. If the snow piles up as fast as it's expected to, plows are going to be unable to keep up with the blowing and drifting snow, and even four-wheel drive vehicles are going to get stuck. It's happened before. We've seen it before. Emergency management officials here are determined to keep it from happening again. Here's what the Suffolk County Executive told reporters here just a few minutes ago.
This storm is very real. This storm is very serious, and it is now upon us. If you are not at your house yet, go to where you have to be, get there immediately, and stay home.
The county executive calling this a potentially life-threatening storm. Get where you need to be and stay there. Live tonight, Comac, Long Island. NJ Burkett, Channel 7, Eyewitness News.
Very important point. NJ, thank you. As we told you earlier, the MTA is suspending all service tonight starting at 11 o'clock. This is the first time ever a transit closure for snow. Eyewitness News reporter Sandra Bookman is at Penn Station. She continues our coverage right now. Sandra.
Yeah, Liz, the only other time that we have seen the entire system shut down like this was for Superstorm Sandy. So this gives you an indication of just how seriously city transit officials are taking this storm. The idea here is not only to keep the riding public safe, but also to get the trains off the road, to get the buses off the road, to get them to a safe place of shelter so that when the roads are clear again, when the rails are clear again, they'll be able to get service back up that much faster. What we've seen here at Penn Station most of the day is that people have been heeding advice to get out of town early. They came into work early, left work early, and really by noon they were already heading home in a lot of cases. So the rush hour, the normal 5 o'clock rush hour, we saw around 1:30, 2 o'clock this afternoon. Again, the entire system shut down tonight at 11 o'clock. So if you haven't gotten where you need to go by then, I think you're going to have to shelter in place, which is what we've been hearing all day. We're live now at Penn Station. I'm Sandra Bookman, Channel 7, Eyewitness News.
Sandra, thank you. More than 1,800 snow plows are set to hit the streets of New York City tonight. They've got more than 6,000 miles to plow. There will also be 40% more ambulances available tonight than usual. Mayor de Blasio says all those resources ensure the city can handle whatever snow might fall, and it is going to fall. But he's urging New Yorkers to make smart, careful decisions during this storm.
We have great first responders, great agencies ready to do what they do to keep us safe. But it's up to all of us to do the smart thing, get off the roads, get off the streets, get off the sidewalks as this emergency deepens.
Mayor also asking New Yorkers not to call 911 unless they have an actual emergency. By the way, he scheduled another briefing tonight at 7 o'clock, and we'll bring it to you live. Of course, a year ago, during the mayor's first few weeks in office, he took a lot of criticism for how he handled that first major snowstorm. He is trying to get ahead of that tonight and how he's handling this. With more on how New Yorkers are coping, I was just reporting Darla Miles in Park Slope, Brooklyn, for that part of our coverage. Darla.
Bill, it has been snowing all day, nonstop here in Brooklyn. I want you to take a look at the streets, the sidewalks, and the cars, and the trees. They're already covered in snow.
It's unexpected. It came out of nowhere. We're not prepared for it at all, so we're trying to run to the supermarket now.
There didn't seem to be much calm before the storm in Park Slope, Brooklyn. Were you expecting this much snow at this point?
No. It's coming up pretty hard, pretty fast.
So hard and so fast, Justin Ryan, a dog walker, had to improvise. Are those ski glasses or ski goggles?
Ski goggles, yeah.
You just happen to have those in your bag?
Just happen to have them.
We ran into Daniela Liebling on her third stop of the day, and while she's confident she's fully stocked with food and supplies, she's still very nervous.
I've had leaks in my roof before when it snows really a lot, and that worries me.
By 3 p.m., Brooklyn was pretty blustery, with lots of people making last-minute runs. Though a good number of them got it done early.
I'm just picking up meds for my dog in case I can't get to him tomorrow.
And then what else do you have?
Some snacks. Working from home, so gotta power through.
So, Bill, take a look at the snow blowing at the top of this building. The light really gives us a chance to see
how hard and fast it's coming down, and how it's pretty much just coming down sideways. It's almost coming down horizontally because the winds are beginning to pick up here in Brooklyn. Again, you can see the streets and the sidewalks are already covered. We've seen a few plows make a few passes, and it already seems like people are beginning to wind down and shut it down for the night. Reporting live in Park Slope, Darla Miles, Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
Certainly hope they are, Darla. Thank you. Well, from New York to Connecticut now, Governor Malloy says this storm could knock out power to more than 100,000 customers. A travel ban there begins in less than 3 hours. Eyewitness News reporter Joe Torres is in Greenwich tonight and continues our coverage. Joe.
Liz, the latest news out of Hartford. Governor Malloy announcing that many non-essential state employees do not have to report for work tomorrow. Just 3 hours away now from a statewide travel ban on all roads in Connecticut, and it seems many drivers here in Greenwich have already decided to put the wheels away. In the orange sweatshirt, that's Greenwich Parks Department employee Larry Imbrogno. After 30 years on the job, clearing streets, spreading salt, battling cold temperatures, the veteran town worker has just about seen it all.
Well, we started at 8 o'clock this morning.
I don't care.
We had a normal day, but now it's supposed
I
to get
really
better.
don't give a shit.
Probably have a break later on.
12-hour shift.
Maybe.
I don't even want to go on the fucking camera. I'm fucking disgusted.
Imbrogno and his colleagues shouldn't have much trouble navigating through the streets of town. Greenwich Avenue looked virtually empty as many businesses closed up early, and that spelled bad news for Kent Bruder of Larchmont.
All the post offices are closed, and they closed at 3 o'clock, yet the weather reports have all said, not going to get really serious until rush hour, so it's kind of annoying.
Governor Malloy, meantime, wants people to be ready for what happens after the storm.
When the road ban is lifted, do not get on the road unless you absolutely have to. If you lose power during the storm because of high winds, you might be without power for a period of 24 to 48 hours until crews can repair the lines.
And Governor Malloy announced during his 5 o'clock news briefing today that some portions of Connecticut can expect snow accumulations of up to 36 inches, 3 feet. 400 National Guardsmen are standing by, ready to help out in any way they can. We're live in Greenwich tonight. I'm Joe Torres, Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
Oh, thank you. The tri-state certainly appears to be ready. A state of emergency as well. Because of that, New Jersey, Governor Christie says it's not just the snow that's worrisome. It's also what the storm high tide will do to the Jersey shore. Still not fully recovered, of course, from Superstorm Sandy. Eyewitness News reporter Sarah Loss, that part of our coverage. She's in the Passaic County city of Clifton. Sarah.
And Bill, I'm standing along Route 3 in Clifton. As you can see behind me, traffic westbound and eastbound is incredibly light. Obviously, at least here, a lot of people listening to those warnings to leave work early and get off the road. Get home, stay home.
Yeah, if you can do that, that's the best idea, I think.
That's what you're doing?
And you should do the same thing, too.
I wish.
We want to get individuals home and off the roads as quickly as possible, because as you know, the storm will worsen as we get deeper into the day today and into the overnight hours. I want our first responders and our transportation officials to be able to do their work safely, so we want everybody to get home and get off the roads.
Governor Christie says their goal is to keep all major roads open, including I-95. Transportation crews around the state have been mobilized. And private plow guys, well, you can imagine. These two were already running to calls.
Probably Wednesday will be just going home.
So tonight, tomorrow, all day, what are you guys doing to keep going here?
Drink a lot of coffee. A lot of coffee, a lot of espresso.
Karen Gallagher may have gotten off from her school crossing guard job early, but her break isn't a long one.
I have to go to work perhaps later at Walmart.
At Walmart?
Yes.
They're going to still be open?
Yes. They never close, only Christmas Day.
You know, a lot of employees are facing that. If a business is open, they have to get to work. The storm is complicated. It's interesting here. A couple of hours ago, it was really coming down. The snow was coming down. Then it kind of turned to sleet. And now there is a lull, although it's very cold. At least here, a brief calm before the storm. Live from Clifton, Sarah Wallace, Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
All right, Sarah, thanks very much. And as we continue our coverage of this major blizzard that is heading our way, coming up on the latest on the roads and the rails as people try to rush home before we get the brunt of this storm in our area.
really not easy. And we'd like you to send us your pictures and videos of this storm or hashtag ABC7NY. For the rest of the day's news and more storm coverage, we'll be right back.
The monster storm is here, and only Eyewitness News has you covered with live team coverage day and night across the entire tri-state, and special editions of Eyewitness News at 11 p.m., 4 a.m., and anytime online. For breaking blizzard developments, stay with Channel 7 Eyewitness News AccuWeather.
He loved skiing. He loved skateboarding. So young Tom Sims combined them both, creating a whole new way down the mountain. Uncompromising creativity is the way we make the Mazda CX-5. Skyactiv technology combines nimble handling with better highway mileage than any other SUV, including hybrids. This is the 2015 Mazda CX-5. What are you driving?
Not getting enough sleep?
It's time to wake up and get into Raymore and Flanagan.
We have the largest selection of mattresses in the Northeast at the guaranteed lowest prices.
Guaranteed?
Guaranteed.
Serta Queen sets start at just $399. Save $250 on Stearns & Foster, up to $500 on Beauty Rest Black.
With free financing, next day delivery, setup, and old mattress removal.
Wake up to a better day.
Make Raymore and Flanagan your mattress destination.
Can we rob this house?
No, not that one.
How about this one?
We can't break into any home with the Sloman Shield security system.
Why?
The Sloman Shield has perimeter security and interior motion detection. We got no shot.
Why do so many houses have the Sloman Shield?
Because it's the free. What are you doing?
I don't want to be the only house without the Sloman Shield.
Shield your home. The Sloman Shield.
Hi, I'm Dennis Lazan from the Greater New York Toyota Dealer Association. At Toyota, we know the importance of keeping your family safe. That is why we support Operation 7, Save a Life. Check your fire and carbon monoxide alarms today.
Well, as we have been mentioning all night tonight, a lot of mass transit is shutting down tonight.
Public transportation trying to get ahead of this storm. Of course, when mass transit shuts down, so too does much of the tri-state. In the newsroom with our commuter alert, Debbie.
Hello to you, Bill and Liz. Thank you very much. And first of all, I want to take everybody outside and take a look right now at the Northern State Parkway eastbound. Still seeing some traffic here on the Northern State eastbound, getting out toward New Hyde Park Road. Please travel safely. Let's also go to our maps. New Jersey Transit still 15-minute delay system-wide. Metro North shutting down at 11. LIRR 20-minute delay system-wide. Beeline buses suspended starting at 8 at all day tomorrow. Path Train weekend service after 9. Amtrak modified schedule. Also getting reports with Amtrak, no service tomorrow between New York City and Boston. L Train still seeing delays with ongoing signal problems. Alternate side parking rules suspended tomorrow and Wednesday. Metered parking rules in effect. Now keep in mind that travel ban in Connecticut on all roads beginning at 9 o'clock tonight, so we'll keep an eye on that. Also the ban on all vehicles in the city, Nassau and Suffolk County starting at 11. So please keep that one in mind and travel safely. Back over to you, Bill, Liz.
Okay, thank you, Debbie. When we come back, legal homework. Tweaking his forecast a little bit, trying to figure out exactly when this big wind is going to get here. Oh, he has the answer. Come on.
Closed captioning is sponsored by Raymore and Flanagan. For the closest location, please visit RaymooreFlanagan.com.
Right now, you could get a great deal on a 2015 Honda Pilot, but can't pass my Tuesday test. What's your Tuesday test? So that's your Tuesday?
Yeah. Tuesdays are pretty slow. The Honda Pilot clearance event is happening now. Hurry in to get a great deal on a 2015 Pilot, built to handle even your busiest days.
Martin Short interviews his co-stars from It's Only a Play on Broadway.
I'm sitting with Matthew F. Murray Abraham. F stands for famous. So you have never done topless on stage. So it's Alec Baldwin and me. Who do you like best?
Do we have to answer that question?
It's Only a Play is a mammoth hit, the hottest ticket in town, and rightly so. It's Only a Play. Visit telecharge.com.
Your brain isn't like anyone else's. In fact, it's what makes you, you. Rosetta Stone Fit Brains is the convenient, fun, and effective way to build a better you from the brain out. It's a personalized brain training program designed by neuroscientists to give you a balanced mental workout that stimulates 6 important areas of the brain, all in the form of rewarding games. Which means you'll find Rosetta Stone Fit Brains really easy to pick up, but hard to put down.
Today is the start of something big. Journeys aren't just about getting from point A to point B. They're opportunities for new experiences. The 2015 Toyota Corolla is ready to help get you to your next stage and in plenty of style. Let's turn it up! Corolla is ready!
Find inspiration when you lease a new 2015 Corolla for $169 a month or get 0% APR financing on Corolla.
It all starts at Toyota. Let's go places!
ABC7 and New York Presbyterian are working together to help keep you fire safe. But if you do sustain a major burn injury, a specialized burn unit like the Hearst Burn Center is the best place to seek treatment.
One of the real advances in burn care is recognizing that it takes a team to take care of these patients. So that includes psychologists, social workers, nutritionists, therapists, nurses, and physicians.
For more information on how to be fire safe, go to 7 Online.
The host of America's favorite quiz show, Alex Ribbon. That's me. On Jeopardy.
Tonight at 7, right here on ABC7.
Take 5 winning offers tonight on 7online.com.
Mass transit shutting down. New York City streets first time shutting down, and now Central Park shut down in the last 20 minutes, and it's supposed to stay shut throughout the rest of the story. And tomorrow, it's going to be interesting trying to tell school kids that, to not go in the park with their sleds and whatnot, but that's what the officials are saying. Don't go in the parks. Yeah. Danger of falling trees and whatnot, but they're going to have a lot of kids who are expecting to go out sledding tomorrow, I suspect, right?
Once the worst of the storm has passed. And Ken, is it okay to say that the city's caught a little bit of luck with that band that we thought that could ratchet up our snow totals? It seemed to have taken a little bit of a lull.
It's kind of shifted south for now, so we got our 3-4 inches off the top, which is already a good foundation laid for the storm. And now the question is, when does everything fire up and how do things expand? And we'll get to that in a moment. First of all, we'll go outside right now where, we're down to some fine snowfall, but we had almost 3 or 4 inches in Farmingdale, Long Island. So there was a pretty good band right there. The Empire State Building was not visible during our 4 and 5 o'clock shows. You can actually see visibility is lower in Midtown and toward Lower Manhattan because part of that band is still sitting over that area. So it's probably a little steadier down toward the Village and Soho and into Lower Manhattan as well. Our temperatures are 27, the humidity 75%. The high day 29 degrees, we stay in the 20s here. Now, many of you have been tweeting in, ask me on Instagram, oh, is that the blizzard? We're in blizzard conditions now. No, that's not the case. That's for later tonight. We got close in terms of low visibility. We haven't had 35 mile per hour wind gusts sustained or anything like that for a while. And these conditions have to last 3 hours. So that's really going to occur later on tonight. This was kind of the appetizer, giving you a taste of things to come. You can almost double the intensity of what we had over the last few hours to get what it'll be like at the height of the storm, which really comes between 10 and midnight and it goes through the midday hours tomorrow. So, see the lightning offshore? Everything's happening now over the Atlantic. This is all taking over. You'll see this start to diminish a little bit, and this will just blossom throughout the evening hours. But as this whole maturity has been taking place, you see this skinny line, which has been snaking through parts of Long Island, into New York City, and into parts of northern New Jersey. You also see this area here expanding. So what's happening with all these snow bands and how is this likely to look as we go forward? That'll determine where the heavy snowfall amounts are. Meteorologist Jeff Smith picks up that part of the story. Jeff?
Yeah, one of the puzzle pieces here in the storm, a little Arctic front interacting with the main storm, causing this enhancement of snowfall. This is one of our products here that shows you the snowfall rates, and where you see the pink, you have snowfall rates of a ½ inch to perhaps even up to an inch an hour. And this whole band has been shifting off to the south. So in Midtown Manhattan, while the snowfall has decreased in intensity, you're starting to increase in intensity over Staten Island. And right over the center of Long Island, now shifting south of the LIE, though. And I think over Long Island, especially over Suffolk County, you really won't get a lull because even as this band shifts off to the south, there'll be more elements of moisture coming in from the southeast as the main storm really ramps up. Check out the snowfall we've had so far on the front end of this. We've gotten off to a pretty good head start. Rego Park in Queens, 4.8 inches. Central Park, just over 4 inches on the island. 4 inches at Bethpage, about 3.1 at North Bergen, rounding out the list North Babylon at 2.5 inches. And there's a lot more where that came from in much of the area overnight tonight, right, Lee?
There's no question about it. If you're in a park, you're doing well. Flora Park, we've got a tweet as well about 3 inches of snowfall. So I want to show you 2 futurecasts here. They're both going to be paused at the same time. This is 4 a.m. Look at how this futurecast has the heaviest snow bands right over the middle area. That includes New York City. So that would indicate the big snowfalls could be 2 feet or more, would be right over New York City. But how about this one? This one has everything over Connecticut and Long Island, with the city on the western fringe of some of the heavier snowfall totals. I think the truth probably lies somewhere right in between. We are including New York City in the 1 to 2 foot totals, no question about it. But we still think the 2 foot or more, that's more likely in Connecticut and Long Island as this storm forms. Still, very big snowfall of 1 to 2 feet. We could approach 20 inches in New York City. It will tail off quite a bit as we go into the western parts of New Jersey, where we could actually just have some single-digit snowfalls out here toward the Delaware Water Gap. We'll be watching it through the night. Snow, heavy at times, blizzard conditions later on tonight. We're still a few hours away from that. Windy and cold tomorrow. The heaviest snow in the morning through early afternoon. We're still snowing, by the way, during the afternoon. Could be lightly accumulating. Then it'll go to flurries by this time tomorrow night. Very cold in the wake of the storm. Another shot at snow on Friday. Could be a 1 to 3 inch snowfall. And then brutally cold air follows as we head into the first part of February. Rough 2 weeks coming up, but first and foremost, rough 24 hours coming up.
And you'll be updated throughout the night.
All night.
All right, thanks.
Okay, so we come back, Raw Powers for the day's sports. They play football. There are football games to play.
World is tonight minutes away here in New York, and we'll have more on the blizzard warnings across 7 states, 50 million Americans, hurricane wind gusts, and now flights coast to coast canceled. Also breaking from the FBI, accused Russian spies arrested here in America. Late word after Eyewitness News.
In the fraction of time we spend driving in reverse, about 500,000 accidents occur each year, which is why the Infiniti QX60 has the world's first safety technology available, like backup collision intervention, which can brake even before you do, to help keep everyone safe. Lease the all-wheel drive Infiniti QX60 for $399 a month. Visit your tri-state Infiniti retailer.
Can we rob this house?
No, not that one.
How about this one?
We can't break into any home with the Sloman Shield security system.
Why?
The Sloman Shield has perimeter security and interior motion detection. We got no shot.
Why do so many houses have the Sloman Shield?
Because it's not free. What are you doing?
I don't want to be the only house without the Sloman Shield.
Shield your home. The Sloman Shield.
Florida, get ready for fun in the sun. It's actually winter here.
With Optimum, now your tablet is free. Free from data plans, free from the phone companies, and free to be used at over 1 million Optimum Wi-Fi hotspots.
Whoa, selfies? Really? Well, I guess that's one way to check out the new Civic. Just don't forget the hashtags, all right? Hashtag horsepower, hashtag review camera, hashtag rock on, hashtag loving it. Can I help you?
It's perfect. We'll take it.
Hashtag I can't stand hashtags anymore. Check out this great lease deal on a 2015 Honda Civic. Try Honda deal. That's just smart, street smart.
Eyewitness News needs your help to protect our children. Have you seen Rachel? ABC7 and your tri-state Ford dealers thank you for helping protect our children.
Some games canceled, I guess, right?
Yep. We were talking about this before. Super Bowl week. Good thing we had the Super Bowl last year. Not this year, last year. We had a long week for everybody. The snow falls, the sports schedule gets tripped up. Postponed games across the area, the blizzard affecting the NBA as well.
Tonight's Knicks-Kings game has been postponed and rescheduled for Tuesday, March 3rd. Snow game at the Garden, same story in Brooklyn. The Nets-Trailblazers game is off. They will make that up Monday, April 6th. So, no games tonight. No word about tomorrow. The Rangers and Islanders are scheduled to play at the Nassau Coliseum, both back from the All-Star break. Always big when they play each other. Right now, it's still on the schedule. They both practiced at the Coliseum today. The Rangers are staying on Long Island tonight. So they got to jump on the storm. They got everything ready to go for tomorrow. We'll let you know. Good Super Bowl was last year.
Yes.
Thanks, Mark.
All right, thanks, Rob. Before we go to that, we have one more final update on all the closures, the travel bans, because of the blizzard. The Staten Island Ferry has just announced that it will be shutting down at 11 o'clock tonight. Meanwhile, all MTA trains and buses will stop running at 11 o'clock as well. The last New Jersey Transit train leaves at 8 p.m.
Roads in Connecticut closed at 9 o'clock. Roads in New York City, Long Island, several other downstate counties shut down at 11 tonight.
And a reminder, we will have updates throughout the night and bring you Major Blasio's 7 p.m. briefing that will happen live. You can get updated forecasts at 7 online, as well on all of our apps. And we invite you to share your photos and pictures using the hashtag ABC7NY.
Meanwhile, Lee Goldberg and his team meteorologists tweaking the forecast tonight. They're going to have updates throughout the night, anytime on the website, of course. That's it for us for now. Thanks for watching. I go with it.
On the show. World News 7 from viewers coming up next. We'll see you tonight at 11 o'clock. Have a safe night.
On this Monday night, the breaking news, the blizzard of 2015, more than 50 million Americans affected. The worst of this about to hit. Tonight's states of emergency, up to 3 feet of snow. Wind gusts could reach hurricane strength. Flights canceled coast to coast. And tonight, the new worries about power. Ginger Z and Bob Marciano, our entire team on this. Also tonight, a major development in the Patriots scandal. Is there now a person of interest? Now the NFL is responding tonight, just as the Patriots fly to Phoenix for the Super Bowl. Breaking news straight from a script. The FBI sting tonight. An alleged Russian spy here in America, his handlers, their code words, and who were they spying on? And the spectacular escape. The plane out of fuel, plunging toward the ocean, the parachute, and the cruise ship below.
From ABC News World Headquarters, this is ABC World News Tonight. David Hill.
Good evening, and here we go on a Monday night. Millions now bracing for this monster nor'easter bearing down just as we come on the air. You can see it right over my shoulder here. It is expected to be record-breaking, states of emergency across 7 states at this hour. And look at the mass exodus tonight. Drivers in Connecticut there trying to get home before the worst hits. These images just north of New York City moments ago, brake lights everywhere. Here in New York, commuters jamming into the subways, the trains, and for the first time that anyone can remember, New York City subways closing down for the snowstorm. In the last 24 hours, from New England all the way down to New Jersey, families stocking up, and all that's left, empty shelves. We have team coverage across the storm zone tonight. Meteorologist Ginger Z here with the new track and who will be hit hardest. But we begin tonight with ABC's Gio Benitez here in New York City, a city shutting down tonight. Gio?
David, good evening to you. You know the spot. This is New York's Columbus Circle, usually buzzing with people, but right now it's beginning to look a lot more like a ghost town. That's because this giant city is just coming to a screeching halt here. Tonight, the worst of this nor'easter yet to hit. 50 million Americans bracing. 30 million are under blizzard warnings across 7 states. 30 inches or more of snow in some places. And this evening, New York City's 8 million residents right in the bullseye, preparing for the worst storm since Sandy.
This will most likely be one of the largest blizzards in the history of New York City.
Mayor Bill de Blasio announcing a massive response. 255,000 tons of salt, over 1,800 snowplows, 40% more ambulances at the ready, and an additional 500 staff to the city's fire department. And in an extraordinary move, shutting down all the roads.
I'm ordering that at 11 o'clock tonight, our streets will only be available to emergency vehicles.
Violators could face arrest. They're trying to avoid scenes like these from 2010, when New York streets turned into a tangled mess of abandoned cars, causing major problems for first responders. Subways and buses grinding to a halt tonight, too. People are rushing to get on these subway trains before they are shut down by 11 p.m. tonight. The mass transit system here in New York is the largest in the nation, serving some 15 million people. And today, New Yorkers seem to get the message, turning lunch hour into rush hour on the city's subways. Commuters packed like sardines. All New York City schools closed. Others flock to the grocery stores, lining up in the snow to stock up on dwindling supplies and get ready to stay inside.
You don't want people in the middle of that blizzard. No, it's gonna be like standing out in Antarctica. It could be 60-mile-an-hour winds with blizzard-like conditions, whiteout conditions. That's the last place you want to be.
They have really gotten the word out here in New York. Geo back with us live. And Geo, I know that they're going to reduce service on the subway and then close it down completely as we reported with no indication as to when it reopens. That's right.
Do you want any pizza? No. I gotta make myself pizza. I hope I don't lose heat. Fuck, I'll go crazy if I lose heat. My Uncle Joey is supposed to be going to Miami, Florida tomorrow morning. I can't get in touch with Uncle Joey. SOS, Uncle Joey. I'm keeping my cast on until forever. I'm leaving it on non-stop. I gotta leave my fucking show on all night long.
arrested in alleged Russian spy ring right here in the United States. Allegedly looking to recruit more spies, young women, even out of Russia. ABC chief investigative correspondent Brian Rothfield. It was a busy day for the latest chapter of the Cold War to unfold. A Russian banker working in this New York City office building arrested in the middle of a snowstorm this morning as a spy. In a federal indictment, prosecutors said the FBI responded and Evgeny Goyet offered 2 years if he worked for the genetic version of the KGB, spying on American businessmen, using code words like ticket, umbrella, and tag. The scheduled meetings with the 2 handlers were also charged today. The FBI started as if I would not want to run out to the FBI, trying to run espionage operation in the United States. If the stuff was fiction, the TV show The American about a Soviet spy couple living in a U.S. suburb, but it really happened. It was just 5 years ago that the U.S. let in a real-life Russian sleeper spy ring that included American couples whose children did not know their parents were spies. And a 28-year-old redhead named Anna Chapman, the prosecutor said used her charm to infiltrate prominent business and government circles in New York. In the end, the Russians were swapped for American spies in a dramatic exchange at the airport in Vienna. Prosecutors said the spy ring busted today was looking to recruit their own Anna Chapman by seducing young American women willing to work for Russia. There was no immediate counter from the Russian government today, but as almost always happens, the Russians still arrest another American spies who did not. With that, all right, Brian Watt with us tonight. Brian, thank you. Word are now that scare of the White House, a small drone flying logo crashing out of the White House grounds, raiding the long building after he suspended and why was denying a government employee revealing it was him. ABC executive correspondent Gary Thomas. In the hours just before dawn, Secret Service and emergency personnel descended on the White House after a Secret Service officer reports seeing something unprecedented. A small drone, 10 feet in diameter, flying at low altitude inside the White House South Lawn 6. It crashes and seen here is left scattered and broken. This is what's called helicopter, a military helicopter style device, widely available. President Obama and the First Lady were in India on an official trip, but with the first daughter reportedly home, word would reach travel quickly. Early indications that it did not put any sort of ongoing threat. The suspicion drone at 3 in the morning. Roughly 6 hours later, a man called the Secret Service to tell them that he lost control of the device, which he said he was using recreationally. The Secret Service, in the midst of a security overhaul under that White House fence jumper, is trying to confirm the drone pilot's account. But this raises serious questions about the ability to protect against such devices. What about terrorists loading up a drone with some kind of explosive device? Those devices have been spotted up all over Washington Mall. 4 incidents in the last 7 months alone. Last night, drone was not harmed in any way. But the Secret Service says it's going to be as well as be dangerous. David? Melissa Rivers has fathered what she said was happening that clinic. Only tonight, the American psychic of the trial, played by Bradley Cooper in Anthony. Tonight, and accused of killing this trial, and he's now saying about the movie and his claims about making justice for him. Also tonight, the couple has been on the line and have a place that the suspect coming forward, but what about the couple tonight? And take a look at this. The plane, the propeller suddenly comes to a halt there. Then plunging toward the ocean, the parachute.
Ouch!
The cruise ship waiting below.
What the fuck?
Meet the world's newest energy superpower. Surprise! It's all America. It's now the world's #1 energy gas producer. And we're soon to become #1 in oil. Because hydraulic fracturing technology is pacing the company to swap oil and natural gas. Millions and millions of new jobs. Billions in cash revenue and a new century of American energy security. The new energy superpower is red, white, and blue. Log on to learn more.
Huh? told me that Florida is a paradise in fucking August. Fucking humidity as hell in Florida. I'm looking. If you order on Pizza Hut, you get this pizza for $11. Oh, it's good. It's good like fucking thing. Oh. It's a documentary. Documentary. It's a documentary. It's a documentary, that's what it is. Documentary of my life. Ouch. Ouch! That's what I'm saying. It's not rehearsed. Oh, God. Documentary. What happened to dirty chairs?
If anybody needs further information on what's happening around the city and how we're responding to it, you can give that 311 or visit nyc.gov. If you see anything you believe is a life-threatening situation, call 911. And on a human level, look out for your neighbors, look out for the people in your neighborhood, look out for senior citizens, look out for the disabled, look out for the homeless. You don't know if you might be the one to save someone's life because you took the time to check in on them. Please do that for your fellow New Yorker. With that, any questions we'd be happy to take. Absolutely. I'll start, and Joe Esposito may want to add to this because he's been talking to National Weather Service throughout. This snow is going to come in very fast accumulation. There'll be drifts, there'll be visibility problems, there'll be high winds. We've heard wind speeds that could easily go into the 30s, but could go up 40s, 50s, even 60s. We're not going to be shocked by that at all. That is a dangerous situation. If you're walking exposed, if you slip and fall, it could be a really bad situation. You may not be visible. So people need to assume it's not a night to be out walking around. And I think that's going to be the case for a lot of tomorrow as well. You want to add?
Yeah, we don't want people to get a false sense of security. If you go outside now, you say, gee, it's not too bad. You may think about going for a walk or going to a movie. It's going to drastically change 11, 12 o'clock. Now, I mean, the good news is that the bulk of this storm is going to be during the midnight hours when most people are home in bed anyway. But we've got to press the point. It's not what it's going to be now. It's going to get a lot worse, and it's going to be especially dangerous to drive and walk.
Commissioner Garcia.
So we have not gotten to every single road, but we've gotten to most of them at this point. But at this point, what I'm telling you is that's not what's going to matter. It's really what's going to happen on the overnight. The folks that are coming onto shift right now are going to face 2 to 4 inches per hour. So even if we've made a pass, you could see another 4 inches within that next hour. That is an incredibly intense snowstorm. So we are really happy at the department that folks will be off the roads. The worst thing that happens for us is that we get stuck behind a car that can't move. So we think that this gives us the best chance of staying in front of this storm all through tonight and through tomorrow, because it will not be done when you wake up in the morning. It's going to keep going. And so the sanitation department will continue to plow all through the night and into tomorrow, and we are going to have to make multiple passes across every street in the city.
I want to emphasize 2 to 4 inches per hour. That's how severe this is going to be. So the commissioner said it very straightforward. Even when they plow, it's going to have to keep coming at it over and over again. That's why cars need to be off the road. That's why even walking around, you're going to see in the course of hours, it's going to be very, very difficult to walk outside. I don't want anyone outside that doesn't need to be absolutely outside. I would say to employers that this is a act of nature, and they should be respectful of that, and they should give some leeway to their workers. But I would say to anybody, any employee, safety first. Your life matters the most, and your health and your safety matters. So the smart thing is to stay back. Any employer who's treating their employees the wrong way will certainly have something to say about that. This is not a time for employers to be cheapskates. With emergency personnel, obviously a lot of our emergency personnel will have city vehicles. Those who are using their private vehicles to get around, it's very important they have their IDs with them. Because if they are stopped and checked by the police, they'll need to show a city ID or some other kind of authorization. And obviously the vast majority of our people do have those IDs.
Well, at one point earlier today, it was at 3 feet. Now we're at 2 feet. So if that's accurate, we lost 12 inches, which is a good thing. But 2 feet of snow is still substantial, and we're not 100% sure. This is science. It's not science. So 2 feet of snow could be 3 feet. So again, the winds are still going to be 50 miles an hour gusts. So even if it's 2 feet, it's still going to be Arctic conditions.
And let's be clear, 2 feet of snow would still make it one of the largest snowstorms in the history of this city. And this is a crucial point. We're learning this every single time about weather. It changes, and it changes quickly. So you can hear one report in a few hours. You could have a much different, much worse situation on your hands. Also the bitter cold, also the wind. A lot of factors at once here. Yeah.
People get off work late.
Yeah.
Subways are going to be off at 11 o'clock. Doormen, bartenders, any concern about how those folks get home?
Certainly there's concern, but I think the message has now been given for over 24 hours straight. This is not business as usual. So people have to change the way they normally do things. Employers need to take that into account. People need to take into account that they've got to get home earlier at all costs. We know for a lot of our city personnel, a lot of them are going to be staying overnight at their workplaces, knowing that they're going to be needed tomorrow. They're going to try and get home so they don't have to come back in the morning. But for everyday New Yorkers, it's pretty clear. This is not business as usual. Get home. Employers, be flexible, because we got to get people to safety. There's one, we got two. Go ahead. Again, with everything, I appreciate the question, but we're not going to do hypotheticals on something this serious. Safety is the central concern. So in terms of the ban on non-essential travel, in terms of what the MTA will do in terms of subways, all that will be determined as we see the storm progress. What Commissioner Garcia said, imagine 2 to 4 inches per hour for multiple hours. That's going to have a very, very damaging effect. So we're not going to lift the ban on non-essential travel until we're sure that the way is clear. I don't have anything set in Spanish right now. I apologize, but we will for the next briefing. Last call. Thank you, everyone.
And Mayor de Blasio emphasizing safety first. He's saying everyone needs to take precautions and to be careful. Also emphasizing again that the city is banning all traffic at 11 o'clock.
For those of you who were here earlier, Chief O'Neill, the Chief of Department NYPD, made clear that officers will use their discretion in each case, whether they need to issue a summons or whether in some cases they even need to undertake an arrest. We hope that will be unnecessary because we're making this so clear to people. If you do not have essential business, if you're not part of addressing this emergency, you should not be on the roads to begin with. Thank you, everyone.
Okay. And that was Mayor de Blasio wrapping up that last question there. Again, he's emphasizing safety first, that everybody needs to take precautions and to be careful. Also, reminding everyone that the city is banning all traffic on the roads except emergency vehicles starting at 11 o'clock.
He asked employers not to be, his word, cheapskates, and let some of the workers off tomorrow. Last year, of course, in his first snowstorm as mayor, he got a lot of criticism for not having the city being ready. Now that he's trying to get ahead of that, the city appears very much ready for this coming blizzard. We're going to have much more throughout the evening. Lee Goldberg and his team of meteorologists keeping track of this storm. We'll have the latest on our social media pages and, of course, as news warrants, updating it right now for you on the air at any time. Right now, we go back to Jeopardy, already in progress.
11. All right, Eric and Brad have some catching up to do. Eric is the one who picks first in the double Jeopardy round. Right after these messages.
It's up by today's huge $99 room sale. Carpet, hardwood, and laminate, $99 a room when you pay for padding and installation.
800-588-2300 and buy today. Broadway has never felt more beautiful. Beautiful, the award-winning musical about Carole King's remarkable rise from teenage songwriter to international superstar. Get up and get your tickets to Beautiful, the Carole King musical. Visit telecharge.com today. I opted in.
I opted in. I opted
opted into value with the Optimum Triple Play for just $84.95 a month.
Opt out of having to pay for internet at home and data on the go.
Opt in to using data anywhere with over 1 million Optimum Wi-Fi hotspots.
Optimum gives you internet at home and on the go for one price, lowering your monthly wireless bill.
Opt out of missing your favorite shows.
Opt in to watching whatever I want, whenever I want.
The multi-room DVR lets you record up to 15 shows at once, free for 1 year.
Opt out of being stuck on the couch. Opt in to internet you can connect to anywhere.
Get a fast, secure connection on all devices at the same time anywhere at home with a free smart router from Optimum. And get a speed upgrade free for 6 months.
I opted into Optimum.
Call 866-200-9918 today and opt into value with the Optimum Triple Play. Just $84.95 a month. Guaranteed for 2 years with no contracts. Opt into Optimum. Call today.
It's Empire Today's huge $99 room sale. Carpet, hardwood, and laminate, $99 a room when you pay for padding and installation.
800-588-2300 Empire Today.
Closed captioning sponsored in part by
My Bliss, new Ultra Rich Hydration. 80% lush moisturizers, active protectants. For my lips, nothing feels better. Discover Bliss. Discover Blistex.
This is the Name Your Price tool. It gives you options based on your budget. It's a piece of cake. I was told there would be cake. Get a free quote at progressive.com.
All right, Eric, I know you're eager to find out what the categories are for Double Jeopardy, so we will show you. We start off with CNN on world languages. That's followed by physical science, hospitals. Okay, then. Each correct response will begin with an O and end with a K. Then we deal with Alice in Wonderland through the Looking Glass. Now, where do we start?
CNN World Languages 400.
Here's CNN's Will Ripley.
Years before a 2011 disaster, a scientist here in Japan coined the term Genpatsu Shinsai. Genpatsu meaning nuclear plant, and Shinsai being this type of disaster, sometimes accompanied by a tsunami.
Christine.
What is a tidal wave?
No. Eric.
What's an earthquake?
Earthquake, that's right.
World Languages 800.
All right, here's Max Foster with the clue.
To keep up on events in London, it helps to have a bit of knowledge of Cockney rhyming slang, like knowing that the baked bean is this local personage.
Rhyming slang for the Queen. Eric, pick again.
World Languages 1200.
Tomas Moscati of CNN Chile is known as the Chilean This Long-Time Interviewer. Brad.
It was Larry King?
Yeah, you noticed the suspenders. Good for you.
Languages for 16.
CNN Arabic says, Ahlan wa sahlan, welcome from its base in this wealthy Emirates media city. Christine.
What is Dubai?
Good.
World Languages 2000.
With the last clue, here's Jim Bitterman.
Here in Paris, this simple phrase, two rhyming two-letter words, is very useful for saying, how's it going? I'm good. Does that work for you? And more.
Christine.
What is ça va?
Ça va, good.
Okay then for 400.
Porcine grunt. Brad.
Was oink.
Correct.
Okay for 800.
To sell 100 airplane seats when only 70 are available. Brad.
Was overbooked.
That's it.
Okay for 12.
Occurring away from Churchill Downs. Brad.
Was off track.
Yes.
Okay for 16.
A sergeant can always say to a corporal, because I this word you. Eric.
What is outrank?
That's it.
Okay, 2000.
A tapering four-sided shaft of stone with a pyramidal apex. Christine.
What is an obelisk?
That is good for $2,000.
Let's try Alice in Wonderland for 400.
Allison Sweeney hosts this NBC reality show where contestants take it off. Eric.
What is The Biggest Loser?
That's right.
Allison 800.
On this drama, Allison Brie plays Trudy Campbell, whose dad helped her husband Pete get the Clearasil account. Brad.
Was Mad Men?
That's the show.
Allison for 2000.
She and her band Union Station have helped lead a bluegrass revival. Eric.
Who's Alison Krauss?
Correct.
Allison 1200.
The lyrics of his song, Allison, provided the title for his debut album, My Aim is True. Brad.
It was Elvis Costello.
Allison Doody was the Jones girl in this third Indiana Jones film. Christine?
What is Indiana Jones and the Final Crusade?
No. Eric?
What is the Last Crusade?
That's it, yes. Not the final, but the last.
Hospitals 400.
This Minnesota facility serves more than 1 million patients a year. Eric?
What is the Mayo Clinic?
Correct.
Hospitals 800.
Since this pediatric hospital opened in Memphis in 1962, childhood cancer survival rates have improved from 20% to 80%. Brad?
What is St. Jude's?
That's it.
Hospitals for 12.
Founded in 1973, this center at the Florida Hospital is for people with diseased organs, not those newly come to the state. That is the transplant center. Back to you, though, Brad.
Through the Looking Glass for 400, please.
The tiger lily says these talk because the ground is hard. In most gardens, they make the beds too soft, and they sleep. Brad?
Order flowers?
That's it.
800 through the Looking Glass.
When Alice first meets this character, he's sitting on top of a high wall with his legs crossed like a Turk. Eric?
Who's the Mad Hatter?
No. Brad?
Who's Humpty Dumpty?
Humpty Dumpty, yes.
Looking Glass for 12.
The original illustrations depict the messengers Heya and Hatta as this Tea Party pair from the first book. Christine?
Who are Tweedledum and Tweedledee?
No. Brad?
Who are the Mad Hatter and the March Hare?
You got it.
16 Looking Glass.
Answer? Very double. You've been moving up very nicely. You're in a position to challenge Christine and take the lead away from her.
I could. Let's do 1500.
That'll do it if you are correct on this clue. In a preface, Lewis Carroll gives the pronunciation of some new words found in this poem.
But what is Jabberwocky?
That's it. And the lead is now yours.
Physical science for 400, please.
Narcissus Marsh's 1684 paper on acoustics introduced this word for an object our contestants wear. Eric?
What's a microphone?
That's it.
Hospital 1600.
McLean Psychiatric in Massachusetts is the setting of Susanna Kaysen's memoir, Girl This. Christine?
What is interrupted?
You got it.
Physical science 800.
Examples of this two-word sloping simple machine include a parking garage ramp. Brad?
What is an inclined plane?
You are right, with just about less than a minute to go.
Physical science for 1200.
Answer there. Another daily double.
$400, please.
Oh, all right. Here is the clue. The exosphere, the edge of the atmosphere, is primarily made of particles of hydrogen and this element.
What is nitrogen?
No, what is helium? Helium, so you did well to not risk too much. 4 clues still in play.
Hospitals for 2000, please.
For 2014-15, U.S. News and World Report ranked this Ohio facility as the nation's top cardiology and heart surgery hospital. And that is the world-famous Cleveland Clinic. Back to you, Brad.
Through the Looking Glass, 2000.
Alice begins and ends the story by talking with Kitty, the offspring of this old cat. The cat is Dinah. 2 clues left and they'll remain hidden. And we have quite a match. It's coming down to final. I like that. The category today is U.S. cities. Make your wagers. Think about it first, though. We'll pause for these messages.
Hey, how you doing?
Ferrets. This is what it can be like to have shingles, a painful, blistering rash. If you had chickenpox, the shingles virus is already inside you. 1 in 3 people will get shingles in their lifetime.
I wish that there was something I could do to help.
The shingles rash can last up to 30 days. Talk to your doctor or pharmacist about your risk.
You may see yourself using artificial tears often, but what you don't see might hurt you, even close up. You won't see the kind of inflammation that reduces tear production, which can be caused by a disease called chronic dry eye. This calls for prescription treatment, Restasis, cyclosporin ophthalmic emulsion. With continued use, twice a day, every day, Restasis helps increase your eye's natural ability to produce tears, which may be reduced by inflammation due to chronic dry eye. Restasis did not increase tear production in patients using anti-inflammatory eye drops or tear duct plugs. To help avoid eye injury and contamination, do not touch the biotip to your eye or other surfaces. The most common side effect is a temporary burning sensation. Ask your eye doctor about Restasis.
Are your joints ready for action? Osteo Biflex with Joint Shield nurtures and helps defend your joints so you can keep doing what you love.
What did you guys do today?
Usual. Osteo Biflex, ready for action.
If you're planning a trip to Los Angeles or you're a local looking for something fun to do, I have a suggestion for you. Come see a live taping of Jeopardy! You'll walk through our Hall of Fame, see some shows, and who knows, I've been known to answer a question or two myself. Just go to Jeopardy.com for our schedule and...
Dunkin's new white chocolate raspberry lattes and coffees. Rich white chocolate and fruity raspberry flavors topped with heart-shaped sprinkles. Fall in love with one today. America runs on Dunkin'.
How can I avoid maintenance fees?
Why would you want to avoid them?
Because I don't want to...
I'm going to bring my maintenance guy here and tell you all about it. Roddy!
So, without your fee, your checking chamber can't run smoothly. Every time you put money in, it causes,
Shut the TV off.
causes friction. Gotta get some fiscal lube on there.
It's time to back.
What else you can do? I'm leaving the oven on it. If I want any more pizza, I'll have to put it. What? Yeah. Alright. We shut the TV off, everybody. What do you think? You think it was a good idea to shut the TV off? I gotta check my cell phone. I got my cell phone on charge because why are you grunting? Alright. much you can see. I don't even know if you can see. It depends on the glare of. I don't know. I can't even get my iPad to work right now. It's a right channel. I like getting a spinning wheel. Bond doesn't work good on tablets. Oop. Now I'm back on it. I'm on Vaughn. I gotta mute my show. Because I can hear myself. Like what? I'm using Phantom. I got Phantom on here. You didn't care for that. I'm very depressed, everybody. I am very depressed. I can't go on with the show. I can't go on with the show. I try to hang in as much as I can, but I don't know. I don't know how Frank Taylor has cameras on 24/7. It's like, I can't take my iPad out there or my laptop. Oh, jeez. I'll try to check that out. But why, if I could just open up my door and I could see it myself, why do I need Earth Cam? I could see it all. Why would I need Earth Cam if I'm right here? Hi, Chris. Nothing. No trains at all. No. Oh, well. Yeah, I know you get a ticket, right? No, just staying in. I had pizza, Just staying in. That's it. Very depressed. I don't know. Just depressed. How's what? That's good. I didn't use it today. So, you could give her a call if you want. Yeah, I know, but they're in another room. That's all right. Okay. Yeah, she's okay. All right. What? No, they make friends again. Yeah. All right. You did? What are you looking at? Oh, shit. Oh, what the fuck? Now it got hot in here. there where the fuck he is. He's nowhere. Nowhere, man. Fucking nowhere. What did you just jump? Men. Hi. Fucking, I wish that fucking lights would go out. Then I would feel like better. Fuck this shit. I don't know. Maybe I should go out and walk in the fucking goddamn snow. Maybe I'll fucking wake up. I can't take this shit. Fucking shit boring as hell in New York. Maybe I'll make more pizza. Oh, I don't know. I got my oven on. Nah. He ain't taking no, no. No more whiz, piss, whatever you want to call it, no. Because then I gotta give him a fucking bath when I come in. There's salt out there. Yep, $300 fine. You're not even allowed to go outdoors. We are stuck. Yeah, that's only if you're driving. You can walk all you want, they're not going to do nothing. It's just if you're driving, you get a fine. Everything is closed. The fucking city is a fucking dead zone. Shit. Might as well be living fucking in fucking Indiana. Yep. New York is dead. Well, nobody sends me any fucking plane tickets to Florida, so what the fuck is that gonna do for me? Well, you could fucking write it down on the screen. I don't got no fucking plane ticket. Dorothy, kick your feet. 3 times. I wanna go to the beach. Yes. Hold on a minute. I give up. I give up completely. I give up completely. Gary. Fucking Gary. fucking Zaga! Hey! Okay. I'll be alone in the fucking blackout. It's not. All right, come back. All right, well, okay, fine. Goodbye. No, you know what? I'll just have somebody else come and stay with me, because I'm not staying alone tonight. All right, whatever. Go ahead. Goodbye. Yeah. All right. All right. Fine. Fine. You know. Well, all the subways are shut down, asshole. Fine. Okay. All right. I will find different company. Goodbye. Leave me alone. You better tell that fucking redneck to get your fucking shit. You chose that redneck. You stay with that redneck. No. good night. Try getting on a subway, alright? Try getting on the subway. Subways are all fucking closed down, you fucking jackass. Until 8 o'clock tonight. It's 8:02. Whatever. Fucking leave me the fuck alone. I don't know why the fucking video ain't working. Video doesn't work. Why? I don't know. I don't know if the video's working now. Why, when I get into my kitchen, it's always the same screen? Maybe if I refresh. It's always the same screen. It's always the same screen in the kitchen. Now I come back. Alright. And I'm back. Look. I can't deal with the fucking New York weather, okay? I can't deal with this shit. I can't deal with this shit. I'm not happy about it. And there's nothing I can tell you. I can't even tell myself. I can tell you. I got a headache. I don't feel good. Hello? Hello? Oh God, now this fucking... So I'll go to bed. Everybody go to sleep. Everybody go to sleep. Go play in that fucking snow. Shit. I'm a summer person. I don't like this shit. Oh God, I gotta shut guest chat off. Fucking shit. Oh, fucking shit. Yeah, no, let me do that now. Fuck, gotta get up and do this shit. Fuck yourself. Guest chat. Oh. Fucking shit. Bullshit. my show because you know what? I don't want to be on my show no more. Why would I want to be on? It's not like anybody's really talking. Hey, asshole! Hey, asshole, I know you're there. Listen to me. Alright? I'm sick and tired of your fucking shit. Okay? I'm sick of your fucking shit. Alright? You fucking piece of shit. Come and fucking face me. I will cry my fucking nigga. Fucking face me, you asshole. You fucking redneck motherfucking Jolly Green Giant motherfucker. Come over here and face my ass. You fucking coward, you piece of shit. You fucking piece of fucking shit. Come over here and fucking face my ass. You asshole. It's nice to get things off your chest. Hey, you fucking oversized fucking redneck motherfucker. Alright, I'm sick of you. Fucking come over here and face me, you motherfucker. Come over here and face me, you motherfucker. What? Why? I will keep them. Tell them to call the cops on me. Tell him to call the cops. I'm waiting for the cops. Tell him to fucking call the fucking cops on me. Alright? Tell him to call the fucking cops on me. Tell that fucking redneck to call the cops on me. Bring it on. Fucking bring it on. Alright? Bring it on. I'm not acting anyway. Alright? I'm tired of this bullshit. Oh, really? Alright, well, you know what? You want to go see your redneck? So you stay with your red fucking neck. You understand that? You stay with your fucking redneck and fucking leave me the fuck alone. You got that? You made your decision right now. Oh, really? Alright, well, whatever. Yeah, okay. Okay. Yeah, well, you know what? Make sure that he lets you stay there. That's all I'm telling you. You understand? You better stay there. Goodbye. Adios, amigos. Adios, amigos. Yeah, no, not really. Listen, you know what? Listen, man. Leave the fuck alone. Fucking New York City don't need this. You're shit. You're a piece of shit. Alright, well, that's it, folks. I'm off the air. Nice hanging out with you today. God bless you. Be thankful if you're not in New York City, but I am. And this is what life is about, New York City. Thank you, everybody, for joining me. Have a really great fucking night. Good night, proud grandma. Have a good night. Good night, everybody. I want my fucking lantern on. I will light that if need be. There you go. Adios, amigos. Good night.